and welcome to episode 2 of the Cases of Costa Vega. I'm Rick Budd, your GM, and I am delighted. Sorry, Caitlin did the thing. All right, sorry. I'm Rick Budd, your GM, and I'm delighted to be here with Caitlin, who did the thing, and with Drac.
He didn't do the thing. Hi.
He didn't do the thing. Maybe next time. I don't know. But hi y'all. How you doing? Sorry, we're
good. Excited to be here.
So yeah, I want to start off as usual by sending special thanks to Jake and Lauren and the mods and everyone at QueueTimes. And your subs and your bits help support QueueTimes, and your donations to the tip jar help support this show and the people on it. And if you can't support us by donating, you can always help us by liking and commenting on our YouTube videos and sharing our tweets and stuff like that. We definitely appreciate all that too. The system that we use here is based on the AMARANTHINE system, created by Caitlin Bruder. Caitlin. If you want to play it yourself or just check out the rules, you can find the Cases of Costa Vega RPG available as a pay-what-you-want product on Caitlin's itch.io page, which is Bruder Caitlin at itch.io. And Jake will pump that link into the chat for you. And you can follow the show at Cases RPG on Twitter and Cases TTRPG on Instagram. And you can always check out www.casesrpg.com, which will take you to our link tree, which has everything. It's got like the link to the YouTube playlist and the coffee and Twitter and Insta and link to the Caitlin's game. And the show will be available as a podcast. We will keep you updated on that. Keep an eye on the Twitter page. And we got a coffee now. It's actually a tier, the QueueTimes coffee. And if you subscribe, you get access to our post-game stars and wishes, which is where we talk about, how the game went and what we liked and what we hope happens in the future and that kind of stuff. And whether you donate during the show at Streamlabs or give to the coffee, all your money goes to the same place. So it's just, whatever you want to do. And I think that's it. That's all the announcements. Time for the case of the week. So once again, I want to thank Scott Fitzpatrick, the guy who wrote our amazing Cases of Costa Vega theme song. Thank you, Scott, and Caitlin Bruder, who made that incredible opening sequence, like all the cool art and the animation stuff. There's nothing Caitlin cannot do, and do well. So in our series premiere, Annie Case, who had been living and working in Los Angeles for the past 6 years, quit her job and came home to the Southern California city of Costa Vega. She went to see her brother Justin, who had recently opened a detective agency that had no clients. But a client did come, and Annie and Justin were drawn into their first case, which they managed to solve. At the same time, her father, Caleb, expressed disappointment in Annie's decision to leave her job and tried to set her up with some of his business contacts so she could continue working, but she turned him down. And we're going to pick up, a week or so after the conclusion of your first case. Time is not super important here, but some time has passed. And we're going to say it's a Wednesday morning. And Justin, last week You created a distraction for Annie at a key moment by asking your ex-boyfriend, whose name was Eric Mills, and we're going to say is played by Asa Butterfield. Asa Butterfield? Asa? You know, that guy. And I should have looked that up. Damn. But you had asked him to a cup of coffee. But I'm going to say because you were in a hurry to get back to Annie because you were involved in the whole investigation, that, that excursion was short and it was rescheduled for today. And you and Eric have met up at the Cafe Ray on the boardwalk. And you're sitting, out on little tables that are set up on the boardwalk, looking over the Pacific Ocean, drinking coffee. It's a weekday afternoon, so it's not super crowded out there, and the weather's kind of nice. And Eric's just kind of yammering on, and working at the info desk at a major venue is not an easy job. I'm on my feet like, I don't know, 70, 80 hours a week. And, I'd show off my leg muscles at the beach, but who's got time to go to the beach? Anyway, what have you been up to?
I've been very busy. I've been kind of all over the place, entering dog shows, as you saw. But I mostly been in my private investigation office. I've been working as a PI for a while now. Pre-seasoned at this point, I'd say. Saw quite a few cases.
So like a detective? Like
Yeah. Sort of like a detective.
Huh. Really?
Does that surprise you?
Hey, if I hired you for something, do you think you could give me like a friends and family rate? Like, for old time's sake or something like that?
Ooh. I'll have to talk to my secretary and see what we can do about that. Just want to see to make sure if, because I would love to, but I'm obviously paying other people who are under my employ, so I want to make sure that we have enough to go around. I don't want to be skimming off the top for anyone else. How does well, it depends on what your case is actually. What is the case? I'm all down for helping a friend.
3 days ago, my uncle, who I'm only so close to, Max Mills, was found dead at his house, hanging from a noose. And the police say he killed himself, and everyone in the family has pretty much accepted that. But I think someone might have murdered him.
I think I had like a very jokey like demeanor this entire time, but I very much become solemn. I'm really sorry. Eric.
I mean, I am too. Like I said, we weren't super close, but I don't know. It's more of a big deal to my parents, so I've been thinking about it a lot. And we weren't super close, but I knew Uncle Max enough to know that he wouldn't kill himself. He just retired after 30 years of working as an insurance investigator, and he bought the house of his dreams, and he seemed so happy about it. It doesn't make sense. Like, someone like that doesn't just kill themselves the next day. He was murdered, I think. And
Okay.
yeah, I want you to find out.
I would love to look into this, and yeah, you can have the friends discount, which honestly, I'll do this for free. You took me out to coffee. This is the payment.
Oh, you're the best. And he kind of gives you like a friendly hug.
I give him a hug back. I guess this is odd since we're on a date right now, but I have a few questions for you about this potential
Whoa! I don't know if I'd call this a date. We're having coffee, let's say.
coffee. Yeah, sure, coffee, just coffee. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't think of the date either. Yeah, about that potential murder. You said that your uncle, he seemed happy. Was there a point in time where he wasn't, where he seemed stressed, or
Well, I didn't see him every day, but no,
Yeah.
he seemed very optimistic about the future. As far as I could tell. Like I said, he just bought the house of his dreams, and he was super excited about it.
did he did he have family that he lived with or was close to? Your parents, I suppose, were they close with him?
They didn't see him a lot, but they were close, just like in a general familial sense,
Yeah. Okay. Was he married?
No.
Seeing anyone?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll need the address as well. I probably need to check out the crime scene. Where does he live?
Yeah,
Where?
he gives you the address, and we're going to say it is it's a house on Lilypad Way in the neighborhood of Paleto Creek, which is in North Costa Vega, kind of close to where you grew up, actually, just it's the town like you went to school in.
Yeah.
And let's say while that is going on, Annie, what are you doing this morning?
So Annie's been staying with their dad. And so what time of day is it?
It's morningish. Let's say it's 10 a.m.
Okay, so dad's gone already for it's a weekday. So Annie's been very steadfast in her I don't need to go back into lie, but I need to make sure that my dad is not disappointed in me because I refused to ask him for help, and right now she's just coasting on savings. So I think she's been applying for like freelance, like I would say like copywriting gigs, like just like online, something she can do online just to have just in case. I don't think anything's gone through yet. It's only been a week, but I think after like the 48 hours of like, wow, we just did a good thing and everything's gonna be okay, like the crushing reality of the world. She's not paying for an apartment currently, but she still has bills to pay. So I think she had a pretty good job, so she's like okay right now, but I think she spent the past couple of mornings until Justin bothers her about like doing something or going somewhere or showing her something. Like I think they've been like tour around your own hometown, but like what's new? Here are the 3 places I've worked in the past, whatever kind of a thing. So I think normally they kind of get together in the evening time. So she's just does she know that there's like a date today?
I'd say so. Yeah, I think he.
Yeah, sorry, talking to Dry.
Yeah. Justin would have told Annie for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so then you get a text from her, probably every half hour, being like, it started out like good luck, and then it was like be safe, and then it was like don't fall in. Like it's like continuingly like stupider ways to bother you, but also like be like quietly supportive, like, but it started out like nice and then it like they slowly got stupider and stupider. And I think you would know this as her tactic in which she used to do this on your first dates in high school, of like you could use an incoming text as an excuse.
Need to go. Yeah,
but they are making fun of you. So she has, I think, just sent the latest, which would probably be don't fall in, and then has gone back to applying jobs. So she's just drinking coffee and enjoying a morning, enjoying while she applies for things.
No, you're not enjoying it at all. Actually, it's like you're on workerbee.com, which is like like an Indeed or kind of a low rank LinkedIn or something like that. And these copywriter jobs, it's like most of them, they just pay just terribly, and like these low level ones that you're
Yeah.
trying
Oh,
to
it's
get.
awful. It's all
Um,
awful.
And they all want you to like take these skills tests, like as you apply for them, these online skills tests.
She's been taking skills tests all week, and she's starting to lose it, I think, a little bit.
Okay, I want you to give me a mind roll to see how you're
Amazing.
doing on your skills test.
All right. Speed reading, which gives me research and memorization.
Research and memorization. Yeah, that would probably be useful on at least some of the skills tests.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
go for it.
All right. So mind. 2, 4, skill. Woo! 2 6s.
2 successes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You do like okay on the skills test. You get
it's like they ask questions that are so esoteric and like, how to use this program. I'm like, no one has ever used this function before.
Yes.
I've been using Excel for the past 6 years daily. This function, no one has ever used this. And so, yeah, it's like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's yes, and right, like grammar tests over like such fine points of grammar that you just cannot think of the answers to. So like you don't do bad. You get like
it passes,
you get,
it's passable
proficient.
it's passable
right,
to get on her like profile, but she's annoyed about it.
Yes, not like top ratings. So so you fill out some job applications, and then why don't we say the two of you meet up at the detective agency after Justin is done at his coffee? And
Yeah.
Are you there? Do you think you get there first?
Yeah, I think I get there first, and I'm like pacing up and down, like my hands on my hips, and I'm just muttering something to myself as I pace up and down the office.
After a little while, the door kind of like Annie shoos the door open. The little bell goes off, and she has a carry container of, or the what's it called? The little like biodegradable cup carrier, and then like a baggie of snacks. And she kind of like kicks her way in, and she goes, "Room service." Just kidding, it's coffee. And she goes and sets it down on the table and sets some stuff and like kind of plops herself down and starts being like, "So, details, date, huh?"
He kind of like keeps pacing for a bit, like almost as if he didn't notice, and he smells the coffee and just goes for the coffee immediately and just starts drinking, just chugging it down.
That bad, huh?
Apparently, it wasn't a date. I thought it was a date. I was like, "Thank you for taking me on this date," and I was like, "It's not really a date. It was going out for coffee."
Ooh.
I was under the impression that it was a date. Not that I didn't want it to. It's not like I wanted it to be a date. I'm not looking for. I'm fine being alone. Okay, I've been alone for a long time.
Of course,
perfectly fine with it. I just thought we were on a date. It was kind of embarrassing to find out during the date that we weren't on a date. Yeah.
Ooh, well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't get an emergency text, so you did the whole date. Wasn't that bad? Maybe? I don't know. Getting mixed signals here.
Quickly became not a date. As in, not a date, but then also just very much not a date, because apparently his uncle was murdered and he hired me to figure out who.
Okay, I'm going to put a pin there, and I'm just going to credit you with bringing her up to date on all the stuff that he told you.
Okay, cool, perfect.
So you don't have to repeat it all now.
Mm-hmm.
And then go from there.
Well, yeah, that sure is a not date.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm not looking for someone. I'm fine being alone.
I can't believe you called me your secretary.
I didn't. Okay, it was when I thought it was still a date, and I'm trying to impress him, being like, "Hey, I have a whole thing going on."
Okay, well, if I am your secretary and the whole people you're hiring and paying, etc., so you'll try to take money from a 10-year-old girl, but you won't take money from a whole ass adult.
I was finding a little girl's dog. I found out that this man's uncle died. I think not taking money from someone who is grieving is actually a little bit more fair than just someone who lost a dog.
But you'll take all the money a 10-year-old has ever seen in her life.
she'll see more.
So will your adult friend with an adult job.
She can get another dog. He can't get another uncle.
Good Lord. We're going to have a conversation about finances later. What's the plan?
Well, first I wanted to ask you, do you want to be involved? We were kind of icky about the last time we saw a dead body, but we're prepared now.
That's fair. We don't need to see. We're not going to be seeing a body. Theoretically, he's not in his house anymore.
That is true. It probably wouldn't be in the house anymore. Okay, yeah, that's even better then. Are you interested? I need my secretary.
I'm gonna push you overboard.
Bird dog, okay? I need my bird.
Still gonna push you overboard.
Okay.
Okay. It's better than hanging out on Worker Bee all day, so.
Oh yeah, by the way, any luck on that?
Oh my god, do you know how many mediocre scores it is possible to get on workerbee.com? Because the number seems to be limitless. I'm looking like a pretty solidly mediocre candidate. I haven't failed anything yet, but anyways.
I mean, really doing better than me then. So you in? I have the address. And I called up the notepad with the address written in it.
Let's go solve another murder.
Okay. Hold on. And I'll grab my fanny pack, recently cleaned, and then strap that on.
Annie has her computer this time. I think she'll have like a backpack with like. I think she came over with the intent to work, and so she has like a tablet or like a whatever. So she has like her own setup now, and it's not quite an accident. I think she probably would have had it last time for the first half while everything was being carted around in the moped, but
yeah,
harder to access. So she's ready to go.
Speaking of, I'm curious now. How did Annie get here? Because I have my moped.
Ooh, yeah, that's so true. How did she get here? She probably took a jaunt.
Jaunt.
Unless it's after work hours, and she would have made her dad drop her off because somehow we're children again.
Costa Vega's local ride sharing service.
Yes, yeah, that's what we called it last time. So, yeah, she probably, if it's still the middle of the workday, she probably just took a ride share.
Okay. To the Justmobile, and I will get over to the moped.
She's like follows you. Even the Justice Mobile would make more sense. And then she goes,
yeah, but it's like just so it can be Justin, but also Justice. You know, so it can up to interpret. Okay,
get on the bike. Get on the bike.
And as you zoom off, we're gonna say we're just gonna take you right to pulling up outside of Max Mills's house, in Polito Creek on what we're gonna say is number 7 Lilypad Way, and it's kind of a typical middle-class home. Maybe like a little bit bigger than you would, immediately think of as a suburban home, but like every house on this block is just like a little bit bigger than the typical, Yeah. And I use the word typical obviously very loosely here. So it is, there's a lawn path up the front way to the door, a couple of big bay windows that have curtains drawn over them, and a fence that sort of blocks entry to the backyard. It's got like a gate that's locked from the other side. Garage, driveway. That's about it.
Do we see anyone around? Any police tape? Any signs of the police?
You do not see anything obvious. Tell you what, make a mind roll.
It has been 3 days, right? That's
it
what
has been 3 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if they deemed it an axe or not a murder, like
no successes.
They probably would have bailed pretty fast.
Yeah.
No successes.
We see what you told us.
Anything. Yeah.
Hey, what about your new friend?
Oh, I mean, I could text them, but I'm pretty sure they think it was a suicide. I don't think they're really looking into it any further than that.
Fair. Well, we can text him later, see if he's got any other info. We'll see what we see first. I think we head up just to the front door.
And
Here's it.
I want to look at the door again. I think my go-to is always just to look for forced entry or anything like that. Because if we're looking for a murder,
Make a mind roll.
I keep going for mind rolls. And
Yeah. See, I built this character around the things I kept trying to do with Benny Beckett, but did not skill her for, and so I can't punch anything, but I can have lots of weird ideas.
One success.
Oh, nice.
You do not see any signs of forced entry.
Okay, so no forced entry, nothing like that. I want to just test the door to see if it opens without me needing to like pick it. So go through the door.
It does not. It is locked.
Damn. One of these days it's going to be unlocked. I'm just going to keep doing it, and then someday
and then the one day you try to pick it, it will be unlocked. Yeah, that's
yeah,
just
and I'll probably
that's the
accidentally
rule.
lock
Rule
it
of the
again,
world.
probably.
Is there like a, you said there's a garage. Is there like a garage like side door too? Like some buildings have.
Yes, there is.
I want to check that because that is a less important door to lock sometimes for folks.
I'll tell you what. Make
Do you want to turn this into a create an opportunity roll?
I'm thinking about something like that. You know. No, I don't know. Make just let's just say it. The door is open. I'm just gonna make that like I just like the moment of you being like, is there a side door? And it's like you try the knob and it turns, and
cool. She pops her head around the corner. Huh?
And you see me like on my knees about the lock, like, oh, okay, cool. And I will follow.
I'll pop it open. So let's check out the garage.
As soon as you open the door, you knock over like a huge pile. Like there's someone had taken like a bunch of like flower pots and like piled them in a wheelbarrow, and it was like right in front of the door. So like as you hit it, like they all just kind of like tip over and just shatter all along the floor.
Okay.
To be fair, who puts that much stuff in front of a door that opens in order? Just saying. Watch your step, I guess. And she's gonna start kind of like stepping around.
Are you really blaming the victim here? God,
I'm going to push you overboard in a place where there is currently no water. How about that? I'm gonna step around and see what else is in this room.
Otherwise, it's the garage is kind of empty. There are like shelves around like the edges of the garage, but there's not really a lot on the shelves.
Did he say? Okay, so he said he had bought a dream home. So this was Max's dream home. Did he say how recently that was?
I don't know that he said how recently, but if you want, let's assume that he is available. If you want to, pop tech, text questions to him or something.
So Annie will have asked that out loud then. Well,
give me a sec. I have no idea, and I'll pull out my phone and text Eric, like, "Hey, great meeting you yesterday. We should hang out some more." He like types an X near at the end of it. Goes, "Nah, I probably shouldn't put a kiss at the end. That would be weird." Hey, so how recently did your uncle buy their dream home? And send that.
Let's say the answer comes 8 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Pretty recent. Okay.
So it makes sense for stuff to kind of still be
pretty
empty.
Bad. Yeah, 8 weeks ago. Pretty recently, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So, so he's a retired insurance investigator?
Yes.
That makes you... I feel like that's something that could make you enemies.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
I mean, it's not a most people-pleasing job in the world.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can find out. Let's see what we can...
Yeah.
Let me see if he has a desk. See if I can find any sort of like, I don't know, reports are left over. Do we know how long ago he retired? Sorry, I'm asking. Just did he
Let's say he
retired, then bought the house?
Yeah, let's say he retired 6 months ago. So
Okay. All right, cool. Okay, we had it's mostly empty in here. Is the door? We'll go see if we can check the door to the house.
Yeah.
Who's checking the door?
I will.
Okay, make a mind roll.
Oh, damn it. Okay. 1 success.
You jiggle the lock and the handle, and it kind of seems locked.
Okay, it's locked here as well. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna try and pick the lock. I'm gonna get down and try and pick the lock. I pull out. I think at this point I've bought like Amazon level pick locking or something like that. And I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
Give me a lock picking roll, which for you is speed plus your lock picking skill, which gives you 2 additional d6 to roll.
Yes.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. With 3 successes, you realize as you're picking the lock that the lock is not locked, and the door is just kind of stuck.
He just like very slowly puts the kit away. Goes, yeah, did it, unlocked it.
You better roll to lie to me. You better roll to lie to me.
I'll roll to lie to you. Let's go. Justin. I've established Justin is a liar.
Yeah, contested is just pools against each other. So.
Okay.
And you'll be able to use public speaking.
3 successes.
Oh my god. Okay. Can I use memorization, as this is my brother and I know everything? I know everything about him.
I don't know. It feels like a bridge too far.
I have a skill in hiding. No, that's my level 1 skill. I can't stretch it like that. Okay. 2 successes, but that's not enough. I believe you. I only rolled 3 dice. That was actually very good.
So what do you do, Justin, with the stuck door?
So I pretend like, oh yeah, unlocked it. Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to like twist it and push. Like, it looks like there's something stuck behind it as well. I'm gonna try and force it open. Just put my body into it and shoulder it open.
Okay, and give me a body roll.
3 successes.
Nice.
Success. Okay. You put your whole body into it, and the door flies open, and right on the other side of the door, there is a shelf that has a display of potted plants on it, like right in front of the door.
What's happening right now?
Knocks it straight down, and the flower pots shatter along the kitchen floor, spraying dirt everywhere.
To be fair, who puts a thing right in front of a door that opens inwards? Honestly,
I'll tell you what.
Case, are you blaming the victim?
Touche.
From where you are standing, yeah, I'm just gonna say it sort of just looks like there's other ways into the kitchen, and he possibly didn't use that door to the garage, and sort of just tried to cover them with furniture. Yeah.
Okay. Split up, look for stuff. I personally, I want to go find all of the external doors to this house and find out if there's ceramics in front of it.
I think that's a good shout, honestly, just so you don't keep knocking things over.
No, I'm concerned this is an alarm system now, actually.
I didn't think about that, actually. Should we be worried? Is someone... Hello? I'm going to yell.
He's dead,
If anyone's... We don't know who else might be around. I don't mean...
You didn't ask if anyone else lived here?
No.
Oh my god.
You don't get an answer.
I mean, it sounds like no one's here, so we didn't need to worry about it. And I need that because of detective intuition.
go look around.
Okay.
Annie's gonna go look for all the external entrances to the house.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you both just make me some general mind rolls for what you spot while you're looking around.
Okay. 2 successes.
Nice.
2 successes.
Research. That's more That's more like actual research. So no, I'm just gonna roll mine. That's not quite helpful here.
I feel that's more literal, right? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Especially since it's on my speed reading. So, ooh, I still got 1 success.
Okay. You walk around. No, there are no more ceramics in front of everything. It's just apparently, that path in the house was not used. That's possibly why the door was unlocked, because you just never came in or out that way. Otherwise, you both immediately notice as you walk around that the whole house is, sparsely furnished doesn't begin to describe it. It's like it's basically empty. It's like, there's some folding chairs, piles of blankets, but it does not look like anybody lived here, or at least not. There are no beds. There's no clothes.
There's no beds.
Yeah. Not really much in the way of furniture. A couple of tables, scattered around the house that look like they just might be sort of permanent fixtures in the rooms, but
Nope. Okay.
And in the kitchen, you both got the same roll?
I got 1.
You got a 1.
got 2.
Okay. Justin, in the kitchen, you start walking around and pulling drawers open and just see what's inside, see if they're all empty. And in one of the drawers, you pull it open and there is like a manila envelope. And you open it up, and inside there is a purchase receipt for a jackhammer.
Okay.
And there is a newspaper clipping. It is very short. It's like it's like a police blotter, like where they just like list police activity kind of stuff. But for the sheriff's office, so it's Costa Vega Sheriff's Office blotter, and it's from 2012, and it just mentions the sheriff's office arresting an unnamed man at a construction site in North Costa Vega. That's all. No specific location. And beneath the vanilla folder, the envelope, like, you kind of look back down into the drawer, and underneath it, just sitting in the drawer, there's a business card. And the business card is for Emery Nickel, property manager.
Okay.
And on the back of that business card is a handwritten phone number.
Hey, Annie, I think I found something.
Oh, and she will make her way in, check it out.
And he shows you all that stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, I just spit it out on the kitchen counter.
Have we seen anything else with this name on it, like as someone who maybe showed this house, or like?
Emery Nickel.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, make a mind roll.
Memorization?
Sure.
Or recall. I don't remember what way we decided to call it. 1 success. 1.
The name rings a bell. You can't remember why.
Okay.
It feels like a very specific thing. Like a jackhammer, this news clipping, and whoever this Emily is.
Emily or Emery?
Emory.
Emory.
Emory. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, whoever this Emory is.
Can I? Well, okay. So they've got a business card. Is there a website listed on it?
Give me a mind roll for an internet search.
Okay. Use computer
I'm gonna
skill.
say, oh yeah, you know what? It's like I guess I don't even name. Yeah, you've got the business card, so right. You don't have to find a website, which would have been really easy anyway. So let's just say
I will
yes.
look for more complicated things later. I swear.
You very quickly find the website on the business card, and it is, very kind of corporate looking. And you do a quick search, and you can see immediately from all the returns that it's like Emery Nickel is one of the biggest landlords in Costa Vega.
Ooh.
His company owns just chains of apartments everywhere and houses.
That's why I've seen the name before. Probably plastered all over the city.
Yeah, it's just one of those names that's kind of always in the background when you're in Costa Vega. But
the benches and flyers and
somebody like you just might kind of filter it out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like when, I don't know, I always reference when I was an RA working the dorms, we always talk about at a certain point, none of the posters are visible to anybody anymore. Like you have the wall of posters. They don't, after the first semester, first quarter, nobody sees them anymore. You don't retain anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so biggest landlord. Is there any way I can find out if this was one of his properties? Was or still is?
Okay, that you'll need an internet search for.
Yes.
Give me a mind roll with your computer's bonus. So
perfect. Okay. Ooh, that's 4 successes, 3 1s and a 6.
Oh well, yeah, that'll obviously get it done.
Okay.
But you know what? It just occurred to me. I think Justin, when you pushed through the kitchen door and knocked over all the flowers,
immediately after I had done the same.
I leap before I look, and that's a leap before you look. So let's say you have that bond activated. Yeah, that bond point. And Annie, since you
I'm not. Have I used any?
Quietly mischievous might be just walking around the side and trying to see what happens when you open the door and knocking over all the other flower pots.
Yeah, well, while Justin was trying to do something, she's just like, doo. All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, I felt like that 1-2 moment there deserved some bond points, and those are close enough.
Excellent, perfect.
So, right, what were we doing? You were searching the internet for whether or not Emery Nickel owned this house. No, Emery Nickel, as far as you can tell, never owned this house. With 4, in fact, with 4, it's not as far as you can tell. You found the chain of title. He's not in it. It's
Okay, all right. So never owned this house. So he just bought a new house. Maybe he was living in one of his properties before this?
Maybe. Is there a way to find out what past properties someone lived in?
Wait, whose properties?
We were trying to say if Mr. Mills had lived previously in one of Emery Nickel's properties.
Oh, okay.
I bet we could find how much stuff is here. Like, is there like a room that was going to be an office with a computer and personal files, or is it just like we can see the intention of where things were going to be, or is it really just like barely full of stuff?
No, it's just barely full of stuff.
Okay.
It looks like no effort to move in, or I'll tell you what. Actually,
I was actually just going to text Eric and be like, "Hey, where did your uncle live before?"
Yeah.
Okay. What are you asking him?
Hey, where did your uncle live before? And I think this time I accidentally put X at the end of it and send it before I realized, oh crap! This is awkward. I sent a kiss. Oh no.
Dead guy.
Yes. Dead guy. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Concentrate. Okay.
You find out that he lived in a very nearby neighborhood, actually, of Costa Vega. Let's see, what neighborhood? Just another suburban neighborhood in North Costa Vega.
Okay. Can I find out with that still on that same search if Emery Nichols owned that property?
Yeah, for 4 successes, I'll say he did not.
He did not. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So my guess that this might just be less directly him, but maybe he was investigating this person he got arrested, and I point to the newspaper clipping.
I wonder if we can figure out who that was.
I mean, could you look up the news story? Maybe they did an online article of it.
I mean, if it was listed as an unnamed person here, I'm sure it was the same, but I can try. She'll look and see. I have a feeling we might have to go. We might have to call in a favor with your buddy Wayne.
Maybe.
See if he would look that up for us.
Give me a internet research roll.
Okay. Two successes.
You don't find anything, and you are pretty skeptical. I would say that there's enough information here to find something, because it's just an entry in a police blotter. There's no names, there's no locations. It's
yeah.
So
if anything, I would probably
non-specific.
find a verbatim of this somewhere.
Yeah.
Of this same article. Is like that's it.
Find like right. I want someone the scanned version of this in whatever its newspaper archives are.
Yeah, this was in a manila envelope.
Yeah.
In the kitchen drawer.
Yeah.
In an unlived in house. That feels. Yeah. Is this a threat?
Maybe a threat or exchange of information. Again, he was an insurance investigator. I imagine this is something they might have been looking into.
Where's this receipt from? What is that, in town, local?
Oh, yes, good idea.
Yeah, it's just from a local department store.
What's the date on it?
The date on it is 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago. And we didn't see any signs of like construction happening here.
No.
Was there a jackhammer in the garage?
No.
Okay. Is this okay? Sorry, one more question about this receipt. Does it have like when you pay with a card, it has like your name on it? Was this purchased by
Max Mills?
Max Mills. Okay. 4 weeks ago, bought a jackhammer.
Bought a jackhammer.
That isn't here.
Yeah.
I think we need to know what was up with this construction site.
Yeah, but what construction site is it?
That's what we need to. We gotta figure it out. 2012. Yeah. Did something get left behind that he was looking for on a construction site 11 years ago?
Can I just, from memory, I guess, think of any like recently built things? Like not recently, but within the span of. I imagine. I mean,
we would have been tweens when this was being built.
I guess.
Yeah, and like Costa Vega, it's a city of 40,000 people. It's like kind of.
I think we need to figure out what this was about. I think maybe we need to. Maybe we need to call in a favor and see if.
I know. I'm just been really trying to avoid having to talk to him again.
Why?
I'm just not really a fan of cops.
I mean, that's fair. He's just not the most competent person I've seen in my life, which is why I think he would maybe give you info. Otherwise, if you have another idea of who to talk to.
Nope, I have quite literally no ideas. Let's do it. Okay. And I'm gonna text Deputy Gil and just be like, hey, we're on our way. And
and yeah, we'll just exactly smash cut directly to you arriving at the sheriff's office, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like this is not like a small town thing where there's a sheriff and a deputy. This is like a huge building with a gazillion people in it. It's like this is essentially the police force of Costa Vega. There are no police. There's the sheriff, and there's a whole big administrative operation here. So You come in through the front door, and there is a sheriff's deputy waiting for you at the desk. Sort of, looks like the first point of contact for the public, and she's standing there, and she says, "Yeah, what can I do for you?"
Hey, yeah, we wanted to talk to Deputy Gill.
What's this in reference to?
Just wanted to ask for some info on something we found recently. We didn't really know where else to look. Couldn't really find much online. And he said we could chat real quick.
Make a heart roll.
I'll be here as soon as possible. It's just a quick rendezvous. 2 successes.
2 successes. So, I just gotta move something. And she says, "Yeah, okay. I'll see if I can find him. Just have a seat there."
Thank you.
And she heads off into the back, and I don't know, after 5 or 10 minutes, leaves you sitting there and just kind of watching sheriff deputies walk back and forth, and a couple of seats away from you there's some guy who's like handcuffed to a chair. It's kind of a depressing place,
Yeah.
I wave at the guy handcuffed.
Yeah, he does that thing where he waves back, but can't get the hand all the way up because of the handcuff, and then as soon as the handcuff stops him, he kind of just looks back down at the floor. And
Maybe next time we call.
Yeah. I just I'm better at speaking to people with their faces. It just helps with the whole Yeah.
And then the back door kicks open, and Sheriff Wayne Gill, played by Joe Keery, comes through the door and walks right over to you.
Deputy Wayne Gill, right?
Yes, deputy. Did I say sheriff? Sorry.
Promoted overnight.
Promoted. He's the new sheriff. Yeah, Deputy Wayne Gill comes through the door, and he's, "Hey,
how you doing, Wayne?"
And I don't know you.
That's
this
fine.
is my sister, Annie.
Oh, right, yeah, from the dog show.
Mm-hmm. Microphones,
Okay.
yeah.
It's coming back to me now. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Pretty good, honestly. All things considered, but we do have a couple of questions, and we figured you're honestly one of the smartest people we know, so we figured we'd come and ask you for some answers.
Trying to get some easy answers out of local law enforcement. It's like every other PI. Well, I ain't falling for that again.
We were an incredible team last time. You have to admit.
Make
Consider
a
it. Oh,
Nope. Oh yeah.
And he was going to be like, consider it more of a tip to you, as maybe.
Okay, make a heart roll, and you can add a die for the help that Annie's giving.
Awesome, because I'm also going to do public speaking.
Yeah.
Another 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to heart the hell out of Deputy Wayne Gill. 4 successes.
Ooh,
Oh, good. Well,
absolutely.
and he's
Out of the
just
park.
like, yeah, we were a great team. All right, what do you got?
Awesome. Do you have an office or anything like that? Just somewhere a bit more quiet. Everyone seems to be pretty busy.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. And we're just going to smash cut to you standing out in the parking lot. And
What I was thinking. Well, okay. And I'm going to hand him the newspaper clipping first. Like, hey, do you know anything about this? I don't know how long you've been working here, but...
He's our
we
age,
can
I
find
believe.
out.
it's like 2012.
Yeah.
That's a little
way-
before my time. Well, actually, it's a lot before my time.
Yeah. Do you know where we can find more info on this?
You got 4 successes trying to charm him. I might be able to dig something up for you.
Is that you will, or you had the potential, but you need the wheels grease? I have no money.
Oh, no. I mean, I'll go do that.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I-
Thank you.
I'm going to go through the files in the basement and see if I can match this up to something, and I'll give you a call.
You are a lifesaver. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you wanted to ask,
Team.
Annie?
Same team.
Exactly. Great team.
I don't know. Did we want to ask him about the house itself, or do we think they probably just like called it what they thought it was and left?
I don't know if I want to risk being like, I don't know if I want to risk
Yeah.
him knowing what we're doing specifically.
Yeah. Fair enough. Then Annie's like, no.
Actually, I'm gonna go for it. Do you know? So a good friend of mine, Eric Mills, his uncle died a few days ago. Do you have any info on that? I just so I can give Eric some closure.
Mills. Oh,
his name was
suicide, right? Real sad.
Yeah.
But no, we sent a team of guys down there. Didn't pick up anything unusual.
How was he found? He reported it.
Gardner.
Do you have a name?
Yeah, he digs around. He finds the name of the gardener is Eddie Benton.
Eddie Benton. Thank you. And I again, sorry, just one more question. How was he found? And in what state was he found? Was he just, I suppose, hanging there? Was anything propping him up? Did he stand on a stool? Anything like that you could tell?
Oh, I seem to remember that he stood on some crates and then kicked them out from under himself.
Oh. Rough. Thank you. And yeah, get back to me with any info you find on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like totally on it. And then like he reaches into his pocket and he like pulls out a joint and he lights the joint and leans back against the car behind him. Kind of looks both ways.
Hey, recreation is an important part of work as well.
I feel that.
Okay.
And what's next?
I think I wanted Eddie Benton before we maybe have a chat with Emery Nichols. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can find this person. If they're a gardener, they probably have like a service, like they're for hire, some sort of, if they're part of a company, or if this is a solo contractor. Eddie Benton online. Let me see if I can find anything about him.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily find like just business contact phone number.
Yeah.
There's no website.
Okay. Well, we've got his number. See what he knows.
Yeah. Do you want to go for a call this time, or do you want to? I mean, I guess we don't really have an address, so we have to go for a call. Do you want to take it, or should I?
I mean, I can take it if you want. You just dealt with getting this news clipping info, so
yeah, go ahead.
Give it a shot, and I will call the business number.
And you hear a voice, Benton Landscaping.
Hi, am I speaking with Eddie Benton?
No. What's this about?
Oh, we were hoping to talk to Eddie. A friend of the family passed recently, and he was unfortunately the one to call in when the individual was found, and we were just hoping we could ask him some questions about the state of the house. And he's just going flat for the truth right now.
Okay, make a heart roll.
Oh no.
See if leveling with him is an effective strategy for.
Okay. I don't think I have anything to add here, so just flat heart roll. 1 success. I got a 1.
One success. All right, yeah, okay. I didn't ask for your life story. Just hang on.
What do you
And
you?
and you just all of a sudden hear hold music, and
Oh.
then a second voice picks up, just like, "Hello,
Hi, am I speaking with Eddie Benton?
yeah, this is Eddie. What's this about?"
Hey, this is, kind of a rough one, but we were told that you were the one who found Max Mills.
Oh yeah,
I'll put him on speaker so that Justin can also be
sure.
involved in the conversation.
What is this? What is your interest in this?
Oh, his friend of the family, friend, friend of, family of a friend, I guess. Like kind of like,
Make a
anyway,
heart for
no,
a-
my name's Annie, and you're also on the phone with my brother Justin. We're just, trying to get some info for our friend.
Let's see if this works.
A 6. I got a 6. What?
Huh. I did find the dead man. I saw him through the living room window and called the sheriff's office. And then I told them everything I knew.
How long had you been working at that property or for him? Did you know him?
Oh, no, not really. He had hired us, on the phone. I think 2 months ago when he bought the property. We had done landscaping services, previously for all the houses in that block. So it just we approached him and we made a deal quickly.
What kind of work was he having done?
Oh, just landscaping maintenance, mowing the lawn, trimming the hedges.
Did you see anything about the property change significantly aside from the work you were doing? Did you see him often?
No.
Okay. Well, and again, sucky thing to recall, but what do you remember of what you saw?
Just what I told the cops about. I looked through the window and bam, there he was. And there were some boxes on the floor. And well, that's kind of all I remember.
All right. And he kind of looks at Justin. Anything else? Oh, you're muted.
Was bound to happen eventually. I just had my arms crossed and just look like thoughtful for a second. Just go. What room did you see him in?
The living room. And I'll say that matches with what you saw when you were at the house. You could see the spot where the rope was attached and so on.
Okay, so wait, this is above game then. So when we went there, the rope wasn't attached. I'm assuming they
No.
took that down.
No, you saw a hook that had been like drilled into the ceiling.
Okay. I just like shake my head to Annie. That's all I have.
Well, thank you, Mr. Benton, for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, whatever. And
All right.
good luck.
Thanks. Well,
You only got one in the heart roll. He doesn't love you.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna text. I'm gonna text Gil and just be like, by the way, it's gonna be awful. But she's gonna be like, kind of sucky, I know, but could you send me a picture of any picture of the scenes that was taken?
Yeah, he sends you the crime scene photos, and it is all just as described to you. Tell you what, make a. All right, let's see if you can learn anything from the crime scene photos. Make a mind roll, and anything apply to this? No, I don't think so.
I'm going to use my bond point from Elite before I look.
Good,
okay.
yeah.
Use that.
You got it.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Okay. You cannot make any firm conclusions, but looking at the sizes of the boxes and the height of the hook, you feel like it looks, just maybe barely right or just barely wrong. Like if somebody was really going to try and get up that high, they might use more boxes or, something, but you're not 100% sure, but there is cause for, you feel like the pang of suspicion in your gut.
Yeah. I'll point that out to Annie to be like, it doesn't quite make sense. There's not enough boxes to really get them that high. He's not that tall of a man.
They're pretty high ceilings, too.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I guess that more or less confirms that it wasn't a suicide. Now we just need to figure out who did this and why. And I do think it is linked to this John Doe who was arrested.
maybe Emery Nichols knows something.
They're our next person to investigate. Yeah, let's look into it.
We're going to head to the Emery Nichols office.
Yeah, Emery Nichols' office is in downtown, the downtown area of Costa Vega, which is South Costa Vega. Office towers and a lot of commercial stuff. And his building is in a shiny modern office tower, and it's got a fancy waiting room, and you have to sit in that waiting room for a while. And
What's the play here?
I don't know.
Are we looking at properties, or are we?
Yeah, we can ask about a couple of properties. Look at some properties that they own that we can ask about, and then we can slip in the one that Max was in and just see if we can gauge any reaction from that. And
He doesn't own any of those, though.
yes, but for some reason they gave a number and a business card with a personal, or at least handwritten number. They might know who lived here.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we just looking into properties? That's the play?
Yeah, and I think we should sneak in Max's property in as a question just to gauge reaction, because
maybe we start
they
with that
got a
neighborhood.
business card. Pardon?
Maybe that's the neighborhood we want to look in, see if he has anything over there that.
Yeah, but I think that'd be difficult to say. I guess we can ask about the neighborhood, yeah. But I don't know if we'll be able to ask about that specific house if we're asking about the neighborhoods. You know what I mean?
I don't know if we're going to be able to ask about the specific house anyways.
Okay, wing it then. I'm going to wing it.
Fair enough.
And as you make that decision, a man comes towards you. He is wearing a very neat suit. He's played by like Jim Parsons, and he sort of walks over and he's just like, "Hi, I'm Rigby, Emery Nichols' personal assistant. What is this in reference to?"
We wanted to discuss some properties we wanted to rent. We heard Emery is the best person to go to for these kind of top tier properties.
Mr. Nichols is not a real estate agent. He's a landlord.
And would like it. I turn to Annie. No? Okay. Well.
Annie just goes,
we would like to speak to Emery, please. It is concerning a building that they are the landlord of, a good friend of ours. They passed away, and we want to know exactly what we need to do with the paperwork and stuff like that.
Okay. So this is like a deception thing.
Yes,
Because,
I'm
yeah,
lying because I have
yeah.
no idea what to do right now.
Well, Emery didn't own that house, so
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a heart roll.
2 successes.
2 successes. As you mentioned, a friend who died, a man kind of walking by in the background, who's dressed a little more casually, kind of, nice sport jacket, no tie, he he's played by Jason Sudeikis, and he kind of walks by and he's like, I couldn't help hearing about death in the family, or what did you say? A friend died?
Yeah, close friend, basically family, but yeah.
It's okay, Rigby. What can I do for you?
Oh, are you Emery?
Yeah, I'm Emery Nickel.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. And I put.
He looks over at Rigby, and Rigby's like, "They must be kidding around, sir."
I'll put a hand. Rory Parson. This is Paula Gallagher. Point to Annie.
Rory, Paula.
Yeah. I hope you don't mind. Do you have an office we can speak in?
Oh, absolutely. Here, and he leads you to his office, and his office is very nice. Great view of the skyline, and the water beyond it. It's.
I think that Justin will be able to help it. Just be like, damn. This is a.
I think you get a little like a light elbow from
yeah. As I take a seat.
Yeah, I love that view.
Yeah. We had a death of a good friend of ours, and we just wanted to really talk to anyone who knew anything about him. It turned out to be a suicide. And no one really saw any signs of that, but we wanted to just ask, I guess, if anyone else saw this coming, saw signs of this, so we can keep an eye out for other friends and family. And then we found that they were in close contact with you. His name was Max Mills.
Make a heart roll.
3 successes. I should probably public speaking to be on the safe side, but I'm not. I keep forgetting.
3 successes, you don't need them. And it's, Max Mills. That name does ring a bell, but I didn't really know the gentleman very well. I was trying to buy his house.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been working on breaking into that neighborhood and want to expand my catalog of houses to rent. I offered him $5 million for that place. And he turned me down. I don't know. That's got to be way more than twice what the place is worth. It's more than generous offer, but
it was his dream home. And he kind of says, looking at
apparently no accounting for people's dreams. I mean, it was, nothing special, just a house. I just like the location.
How long were you in contact with him about it?
Oh, I was at his place, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Talked to him, tried to talk some sense into him, but he was very intent on staying. So, I left my card and I gave him my personal number in case he changed his mind. And, well, he never called me, but it's very sad to hear this news about him.
Yeah.
Did any part of the conversation strike you as odd, or was it just pretty straightforward? Can I buy this? No. Have a nice day.
Well, he was pretty adamant about saying no. The only thing that struck me odd is that when I first showed up, there was Max was talking to a guy outside of his house, big muscle man type. It was kind of super angry, yelling at Max about said he owed him money. I didn't catch the guy's name, but he had a tattoo of a skull with snakes coming out of the eyes, and it was on his right arm. And I thought they said something about bells and books. Books and bells and books, something like that. They kept saying, but I don't know. I was way down the driveway.
Huh.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, well, if that contributes to your healing, I'm happy.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we have another question, is it all right if we give your office a call, or?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, and he takes out a business card and writes his personal number on it. He's like, call me directly.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And as I take it, I want to take a glance at it. It's definitely the same handwriting as the one we saw on the back of the other business card, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just to make sure. And I'll pocket that.
All right. Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Nope.
Yeah, I think as we were heading out, does bells and books or books and bells ring any bells as an establishment, a store here in Costa Vega?
Give me a mind roll.
Okay. Memorization or recall? Is that a skill?
Sure.
Okay. Oh my gosh, no successes. I haven't lived here in 6 years. My dice said, no, you haven't been here, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't remember anything off the top of your head.
So yeah, then I guess out loud you'll just be like, is that a store? Is that
Books
Bells,
and
books,
bells?
bells,
Bells
books?
and books? I mean, can I roll to see if I can remember?
Sure.
I mean,
Give me
I'll
a mind
Google
roll.
it too, but yeah.
And you're going to Google it? Give me a Google roll.
Oh, okay.
One success.
One success.
Yeah.
You're one success. You're sort of just like, it does.
One success
Yeah,
also.
I remember something sounds like something. You've got one success also?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are the worst. One success. All these one successes. Come on. Give me. All
Hey,
right.
I have more of a database now.
Okay. So, one success. Yeah, Justin, you vaguely remember seeing those words somewhere in conjunction with something. And Annie, your Google search brings back a page of results. And at the top, there is like a paid ad for Bell Books in Skyton, which is a neighborhood on the east side, kind of commercial area, lots of shops and restaurants kind of thing. There's a mall, that kind of area. And one success. Okay, yeah, that's what you find.
Okay. Can I figure out how, can I pull up like business or like building permit kind of a thing? I want to see how old this building is.
Which building?
The bells.
Bell Books?
Yeah.
Oh,
If I can pull up like
give it a shot.
like
You can
records.
Give me an internet roll.
Okay.
A research roll.
I think while Annie's doing this, I pull out my phone to start looking stuff up, but then I think I get very quickly distracted. I think I'm on Eric's Instagram or something.
Two. Okay. Eric's Instagram. It's like I almost want to make that never count on me to show up on time since you're not showing up for the. But I feel like that one's more literal. But I don't know. It's a great. Okay. So you got two, and you were looking up. Bell's Books is. It's 10 years old.
The business. I'm looking for the building.
Yeah, the building is 10 years old.
It's 10 years. Okay. Okay.
You know what? Let's say it's 20 years old.
Oh, okay. All right. Can I find, like, in this, are there construction records? I just want to know if there was construction happening on this site in 2012.
No, there wouldn't have been.
Okay.
The building was firmly in place at that point.
Okay.
It wouldn't, it would not be a construction site. But
Well,
good thing.
I guess, is this our next lead?
I
Should I
think
go?
when you ask this, he like just goes, "Would it be weird if I liked one of his pictures? Is that like weird? No,
What are you talking about?
like if I liked, because like it wasn't a date, obviously, but it's posted a picture of the coffee we like had together. So if I like it, is that
Justin,
cool?
dead guy.
Okay, yes.
Your
Dead
very
guy.
alive ex-boy crush Schrodinger's relationship will still be there at the end of the day. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bell books. Book. She looks down. Bell books.
Bell books. Yes, let's go.
Okay.
And yeah, you make your way over to Bell Books, which, like I said, is in Skyton, which is on the east side of Costa Vega. And by the time you are getting there, it is getting dark.
Wait, I forgot that we do this, and I got excited. I made it, and I got excited.
And Bell Books is kind of a cute, old-fashioned looking independent bookstore. The kind that there are not a lot around anymore. And you go in, bell rings, and
Oh, I get it. That's good.
Talking about rainbows.
there is at the very far side of the room a counter, and there's like a guy standing at the counter, and he's kind of looking down, sorting books in front of him. And then there's a couple of rows of bookcases, and the whole walls are lined with bookcases. And what do you do?
What's the game plan? I absolutely fumbled it last time. Maybe winging it isn't the way to go.
Well, I was hoping to stumble across something, if I'm being perfectly honest. I want to look at that guy at the desk. What does he look like?
Make a mind roll.
I don't think I have anything to help me here, so I'll look flat. No successes.
So far, you just see the top of some guy's head, and he's just looking down at a thing.
Is he like big? Is he like kind of burly though? Would you consider, from just looking at him, would you consider him burly or not?
Make a mind roll.
Feature? Okay.
You know what? While you're making that mind roll, Annie goes, "Excuse me."
And yeah,
One success.
One success. Okay. Well, Annie
I'm
said,
trying to give an
"Excuse me."
assist, but
Yeah. You know what? You want to roll it with the assist?
Yeah, sure.
yeah, that was the hope of the hope.
2 success.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah. Okay. 2 successes. So, as you say, "Excuse me," and you kind of like look, he looks up from his stack of books, and he is a big muscle man type. I'm gonna say he's like Tom Hardy or something like that. And you notice that he has a tattoo of a skull with snakes coming out of his eyes on his right arm. And as you stare at each other, we're gonna take a 10-minute break, and we'll pick up right there after.
Hello, everybody, from not the lovely warm beaches of Costa Vega, but instead the wintry wonderland of this farm that I'm on in Minnesota. Just wanted to say hi, hello, thank you so much for joining us for this strange, weird little adventure that we've constructed here over on QueueTimes. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed and donated and sent bits and tipped and subscribed to the coffee. Me and Chicken say hello and thank you. And for those folks who maybe don't have the means for commenting and supporting and following and liking, we appreciate it so much. It means the world. We're trying something new and weird and different here on QueueTimes with the Cases of Costa Vega, and all of your support helps us continue to get to do fun, weird, strange things, and also just generally help
support and maintain this lovely, beautiful little space that QueueTimes has curated here on the internet. We really, really appreciate it, and we love getting to do all these strange, bizarre little experiments. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy the Cases of Costa Vega.
Oh, and when we left off, our heroes, Justin Case and Annie Case, were at at Bell Books in Skyton on the east side. They came here to look for a suspect who they found standing right behind the counter staring at them. And that guy is played by Tom Hardy, and he is staring you down. And what do you do?
Was wondering if you sold the first series of the Bird Dog and Gumshoe books. We've been looking all over. Wanted to see if you have a kids section.
Children's. And he points over to the wall, and you see a children's shelf against the wall.
And Annie kind of like starts to take a step in that direction and looks to Justin, is like, and we'll like move along and peruse books.
Yeah, and he just kind of stands there like watching you.
The stairs? Oh god.
Yeah, just kind of staring.
I would like to invoke Unspoken Bond.
I know, I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is you're trying to tell me to do right now.
Yeah, and whether or not you figure it out, I'm invoking Unspoken Bond.
And I'm going to.
She nodded her head, like she like looked and nodded her head at him. In the context of this video call, that's hard to. Yes, she kind of gently nodded in his direction, and then went to look at books.
Yeah. Oh. I think I know what Annie wants Justin to do. I'm just trying to figure out how Justin's going to go about doing it. So I think Justin's going to, as Annie goes off to look for this book, I'm going to go and from where I was standing, what was this man looking at? Like he said he was like looking down at something. What was he looking at?
He's sorting a pile of books.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the pile, not his pile of books, but whatever like shelf is nearby, and look through them. What kind of section am I looking at, like near where he is kind of residing right now?
It is maps and travel.
Okay. Well, I have no idea how I'm gonna start a conversation with that. I'm gonna. I know actually. I'm gonna be looking through these maps and like travel pamphlets and books and stuff like that, and then pretend to just catch a glimpse of his tattoo, and go, "Hey, dude. First of all, incredible tattoo. Who's the artist?"
Give me a heart roll.
2 successes.
2 successes. He looks at you, just like stares at you kind of dead-eyed for like a couple of seconds and says nothing, and then he goes, "What do you want?"
Sorry, we're just trying to make conversation. I really like your tattoo, and I was thinking about getting one myself, so I thought you had artist recommendations. Yeah, no, I'm just here with my friend over there, Flora Hood. They're looking for the Bird Dog and Gumshoe books. I'm killing time while I'm here.
No, you're not. You want something.
I do. Yeah, the Bird Dog and Gumshoe book.
You're fine. Have it your way. And he kind of folds his arms.
I don't think Justin has been. Justin's even fully aware of what to do next. But he goes, a friend of mine recommended this bookstore, and I'm guessing they didn't interact with you because you're not very pleasant to interact with.
Your friend recommended this bookstore. How much?
How much? How much what?
How much are you looking to borrow?
That's a way to buy, but probably like 2 or 3.
And he kind of rolls his eyes. He's like, why don't you come in the back?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And then he looks over at you, Annie, and he's like, why don't you come in the back too?
And he's like, has like a pile of kids' books and goes, but I was looking at the.
Apparently they have like 2 or 3 in the back.
Yeah, and he just kind of stares at you, just like dead eye killer kind of.
Question.
Yeah.
Could I have rolled to hide? Like, could I have disappeared from his eye line, which was kind of the goal?
Could you have disappeared from his eye line?
Like hide in
The
the stacks
store
or
I'm
something?
picturing is way too small
Okay,
for that.
okay,
I think.
never mind then.
Yeah.
That's cool. No worries.
Yes, I
like you could try. I'll set like a very high barrier on like hiding if you want to give it a shot. I'll give it a very high difficulty.
No, I'll follow. That's okay. I'll put my books down.
Okay.
I do want to get while this was happening, I did want to get like a lay of the bookstore and like see if I could, 1, all of the exits, 2, if there's any if there's a computer or if there's a back, like what the office looks like, what can I see basically was her goal.
You mean in the back?
Of like just while that conversation was happening, I wanted to see what I could see from out here, and I'll probably want to look in the back too, but for
basically just what I described.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
it's a bookstore.
Okay, cool.
And then as you go into the back, why don't you both make mind rolls, see what you see.
0 successes.
No. Ooh, I got 2 6s.
Annie, you see in the back, it's there's a table and a couple of chairs, like a card table, and it's like folding chairs, and then there's 2 doors leading off ahead of you. One of them you can see inside. It's a bathroom, and the other one is closed.
Okay.
And he looks at you, and the guy goes, I take it you don't have an appointment.
No, I didn't realize we needed one.
And he rolls his eyes again, and he's just like, yeah, wait here. And he points to the chairs.
Justin just sits down very casually, like, yeah, this is all normal.
And he knocks on the door, and he's like, boss. And then he walks back into the front and goes back to sorting books. And a moment later, the door opens, and a man walks out. He is black suit, black shirt. I'm going to say he's played by Mark Shepard from Everything Ever Made. And he kind of walks out and looks around. And he's like, walk-ins, eh?
Yeah. I didn't realize we needed an appointment, so I apologize for that in advance.
Well, how did you hear about me?
You came as a recommendation from a friend.
What friend?
Mr. Mills?
Make a heart roll.
I think Justin is fully still under the impression that this is a bookstore.
Oh no! Oh, no! Annie is sitting here like, what angle are we playing right now?
2 successes.
Oh gosh.
2 successes. he has a generally very intimidating presence, and when you say that, he kind of he almost laughs a little, and he's sort of like, friends of Maxie's, eh?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm surprised that he would recommend my services.
Why'd you be surprised?
I surprise easily.
You don't seem kind of pretty intimidating, honestly.
Do me a favor, both of you make heart rolls.
Okay.
I'm rolling too good for someone who doesn't know what's going on.
I love this for you.
successes.
Yeah, I love this for you. I got 1 success. It's hanging in there.
Okay. And he's like, how much are you looking to borrow?
I told a friend out there about 2 or 3 should be good. And I like turned to Annie. We can go for 4. How many did you want? 4.
Yeah, I think
I'll come
Annie's
back for more if
fully
you need
like doesn't know what's happening and is just like looking at you like eyes wide like
For what?
The first 4. I'm gonna do it. The first 4 books of Bird Dog and Gumshoe.
And he kind of nods, and then he walks to the door, and he closes that back door, and he locks it. And he turns back, and he says, you almost had me there for a second, but you're not here for books, and you're not here to borrow money. What are you here for?
Okay. I guess we're not here for books. I didn't know money was on the
table.
on the table. Well, we know that you had spoken to, well, not you, I suppose. And I'll point to the door that he just locked. He had spoken to Max, and we just wanted to pay a visit and figure out why. But I'm now realizing it must be because of borrowed money, and we are currently in a dangerous situation.
I think Annie just like gives you a look like you didn't figure this out already. Like doesn't say anything, but it's like that.
Well, what do you want from me?
Well, apparently, Max owed money. I assumed it had to do with your friend over there, but if it's this whole organization, I guess my question is, why was Max coming to you for money?
And he kind of looks you over. Got this kind of, lion about to eat his prey kind of look in his eyes, and he says, why should I help you? What's in it for me?
Any murders you need solved?
Wait, what? Are we,
Barter and
offering
trade?
our services? Wait,
Barter and trade. You give us info, we give
favor.
them info? No. We can find a singular piece of information for you if you give us a singular piece of information.
I will accept that deal in those terms.
And he's like, the terror is back like, ah! What else do we have that he would have accepted? I don't know. Yeah, there, good enough. Why was he borrowing money from you?
Well, Max had gambling debts.
Oh,
Okay.
I extended those debts to him as a loan.
Okay. Has he paid? Is he
Oh,
still
no.
in debt to you?
No, Max owed me a lot of money. He had a bit of a habit, I'm afraid. But look, I did send Patch to talk to him, and he points at the guy out front. But Max said he was about to come into some mega bucks, and that I should just let the VIG keep running. So I wouldn't kill him if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah,
Can't
that
collect
doesn't
from a
make any
dead man.
Exactly. Well, maybe then we could be on the same page here. Someone lost you a lot of money by killing someone who owed it to you.
I would like to watch his reaction when Annie says that Max was killed.
Maybe we could help each other.
I don't expect to be like see sorrow or anything like that, but I just
Yeah.
want to see if he is surprised.
Yeah.
Well, he just said I wouldn't kill him.
Yeah.
You see if he's surprised. Give me a mind roll.
It would be heart. To understand other people, understanding and connecting to people is a heart roll.
Oh,
So, like,
okay.
to read an emotion.
I buy that. Yeah, give me a heart roll.
I'm going to stretch public speaking because a key thing about public speaking is being able to interact without vocally doing so and reading people's reactions and adjusting to said reactions. 3 successes.
Nice.
He remains very cool. This guy, I would say you would think this guy is probably in general very hard to rattle and very hard to read. But you don't pick anything up. He's just kind of listening.
So, I mean, if we can figure out who killed him, I mean, I feel like I don't know much about criminal law, not criminal law, but like law of criminals. But, you know, I feel like maybe that debt just got passed on to whoever removed your client. And we're looking for that person, so.
You're looking for that person. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll think about it for now. Why don't you leave your number? And don't forget, you owe me one piece of information.
This is true.
I will leave. I'll leave the houseboat's number. And I'll give fake names. And it will be Flora Hood for Annie and Brett Noble for me.
Brett Noble?
Brett Noble, yeah.
Okay. And then he gestures to the door.
Very stiltily, like, walk over to the door as I'm like realizing I'm losing feeling in my legs because of how terrified I am. And I'll head out.
There we go. As soon as we get out the front door, and he's like, I don't. Why is it never exactly what it says in the tin? Why is it always worse? Why does everything keep getting worse?
Know.
We came into this knowing it was going to be murder, and now it's somehow.
Now we
she
owe
kind of
like a mafia boss, like a favor. What is
not
that
a
about?
favor.
I don't
I
know what to do.
specifically said not a favor. I said we would find a piece of information for him.
Why did I put a piece of information like it's bad? Would it be like something bad to get the information?
Did we figure it out?
Okay. Figure out. Um,
Where'd you
Yes,
next?
yeah. You know
gambling?
what? At this point, let's say it's starting to get late in the evening. You are due home at dinner with Dad. Annie, Justin, attendance is optional for you because you don't live there.
Yeah. I think I'm like need to ride back to Dad's place.
You can make me walk. Is that the alternative?
I mean, I could.
I prefer if you didn't. And she gets down into she sits in the little sidecar.
Yeah, and you drop her off and you go off to the houseboat, and then I will say the next morning. Yeah.
I'm going to invoke I'm going to invoke Never Count on Me to show up on time, and I think I've been up late, so I haven't slept. I'm up late, basically. I guess just texting Eric and just like I think there's been like hours wasted either texting Eric or trying to decide whether I should text Eric or how long I should wait before texting back to Eric. Just kind of that's going on for like way too long, and then a couple more hours into the night regretting texting back Eric, being like, I should wait a bit longer. So I'm like, I'm not asleep, but I'm like, I need it. I'm like just out of it, just moving sluggishly and slowly.
Annie does go to bed on time and wakes up with Dad in the morning. Before work.
For like 5 a.m. breakfast.
Yeah, which I think she's been since she's gotten into a schedule again, and things have been a little less hectic. I think the past couple of days she's been up with him and like has breakfast with him in the morning. I think she's at her computer, like having coffee while he's like buzzing around and getting his to-go cup. And she goes, "Hey, Dad. What kind of solutions do you see in your mind's eye to an open and shut case that was deemed suicide by law enforcement, but have reason to believe it wasn't? What does that look like to you?
Well,
How do we move forward with that if law enforcement isn't receptive to it?
Well, you probably have to come up with another plausible theory. Show somebody who has the motive and the means and the opportunity to commit the crime.
Yeah.
Evidence would certainly help.
Do you know anything about Bell Books?
Bell Books.
Has that ever
Does
come
ring a
across?
Bell.
It's a
Yeah.
potential front for maybe some less than legal activities. Has that anything like that ever come across your desk before?
Yeah, I think I think I remember doing some pro bono legal work where that name came up in association with a loan shark named Frankie Bell.
Yeah. Okay.
He's been around forever in this town.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think she just like sits on that, and he's like, okay, that all she like is like fully in thought and does not follow up the conversation. He's like, okay, like
oh yeah, okay, so yeah,
like
he
that's
just,
like she just like thinks.
sitting there staring at you, sipping his coffee, waiting for you to say something about that, and then kind of just shrugs it off and goes back to doing his crossword puzzle. And let's say you meet up with Justin at the detective agency, where you
Sleep.
finally, you wake up Justin at the detective agency.
I think Justin's in like that state of like so tired that they can't sleep, but they're very slow to respond still, like to anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of like just staring for a sec down at like their phone and take a while before they notice Annie walks in.
No, Annie's been here. Annie had Dad drop her off. She is on the sofa and she has got her feet kicked up and she's been working. She's like tapping at her computer. She's trying to do research into construction 12 years ago. Like what construction permits were happening in public places 12 years ago in Costa Vega. Like
make an internet roll.
The whole thing. So basically the thing, she just wants to see if she can find any connection. She's just researching like public records right now. Right now she's thinking that some sort of score was buried, left, hidden, accidentally left in some sort of construction site in 2012. And she's trying to figure out just from this newspaper clip and from this, somehow Max Mills thinks he had a score, that there was about to get a score. He just bought a jackhammer. She wants to try to triangulate. Sorry, I'm slurring my words. Trying to triangulate where that might have been. That's what she's looking for right now. She's been up this morning since 5 o'clock Googling stuff and like pulling up municipal permits and stuff. And and then she had Dad drop her off and she continued it in your living room.
Okay,
That's what I'm looking for.
Make an internet research roll. That's going to be a very difficult thing to do.
Yes.
But,
okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to use my computers, and then I'm going to use my one banked bond from Quietly Mischievous. She's like gone on like tunnel vision rabbit hole this morning. All right. Come on, Annie. That's 3.
You find stuff about, when you go looking for like robberies and things like that. You do find stuff about a rash of robberies in 2012, but 3 successes. I tell you what, you find there's a rash of robberies in 2012, and the Costa Vega Diamond Exchange was robbed on the date that's on the blotter.
Okay.
You are not able to correlate that to any kind of construction records.
That's fair. Okay. But that's something. Yeah, so I think she's just researching that. She's looking into this business, and just kind of all morning has made a document of like links and things that she's been researching all morning. And anyways, there you go. Now you can wake up. Anyway, that's what she's been doing in your living room.
I think like the whole time he's been so out, he doesn't notice, and he stands up and just like kind of like almost half sleepwalk, half like muscle memory, walks over to make some coffee, and then walks past and goes, "Oh shit! So how long have you been here?"
Without looking up, she goes, "Morning, sleepyhead. I got here at 6 when Dad dropped me off before work." And she's the clack, 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 clack. Just like,
oh, I look at my watch. Oh, 6, and I didn't. You're really quiet. Okay, and I'm gonna go over and make myself
She
some
looks over
coffee.
at where your phone is next to where you were sleeping, where we had like probably sleeping like with your hand on it, and she goes, "Late night. Back to your computer."
Yeah. I guess I'm just trying to figure out what me and Eric. I mean, I guess Eric made it clear. I don't know. I'm not used to this. Pour myself coffee. You want any?
She kind of like lifts up her like thermos that she brought over. I'm good. Are you?
Yeah. And just downs, like straight up, just downs the coffee. Okay. I'm awake.
Well, good, because I have information for you, and she's going to exposit all the things that she learned and her idea and whatever.
You're just sitting there like, okay. I'm not asleep, I promise. Okay.
Good, because I think that maybe Max Mills knew about some sort of 10-year-old score somewhere that he was intending to pay off this loan shark with, and someone else knew about it, wanted it, got it first. I don't know. But I don't know who that would be or how they knew that he was going after it.
Justin, as you are wiping the sleep from your eyes, you notice that you have a missed call from Deputy Wayne Gill.
I think I see the missed call and it jump to it, and like, oh, it's Wayne Gill. Okay, and then I'll call him back. Hello.
He's like, "Yeah, hey, Justin. I managed to poke around a little bit, and I think I found something about that police blotter thing that you asked me about.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, what do you find?
The guy who was arrested, his name was Hayden Webb.
Hayden Webb. And I'll say this out
Yeah.
loud and repeat it for Annie.
He was arrested at a construction site on Griffith Street up in Paleto Creek. And he's got a record, armed robber.
Oh, whoa. He was an armed robber found on Griffith Street.
Yeah.
Let's repeat this all out.
Yeah.
Annie.
Heavy stuff, kind of guy hit like banks and, armored cars.
Where is Griffith Street in relation to the Diamond Exchange?
Make a research roll.
I think as you're doing this, there's gonna be like a moment of silence to go. Hey Wayne, can I ask you for some advice?
Oh my god. 2 successes.
And yeah, he's listening to you tell your sad tale. You look around to try and find
Pull up a map just
proximity
to
to the bank to Griffith Street, and strangely enough, you don't find a Griffith Street in Paleto Creek.
See, I'm just trying to figure out because I think it's not that it wasn't a date.
Annie reaches over and just pulls the phone out of your hand. Goes, hey, Gil, how's it going?
Hi.
Thank you so much for that information.
Well, I try to be,
You're so great at that. What was the construction site?
It doesn't say here in this. I just have an arrest abstract.
Does it have the address, the exact location?
It says 44 Griffith Street, Paleto Creek. Sometimes they get these old arrest records wrong and stuff. I don't know.
I'm going to put that in. I'm going to type that in to just like a general search. 44 Griffith Street, Costa Vega, California. Just like in a general, and just see if anything comes up.
Make a research roll.
And then I'll pass the phone back to Justin.
So yeah, I was just wondering, I don't think it's the fact that it wasn't a date. I think I'm fine with that, but I think
another 2.
That rejection made me realize that maybe I am lonely.
Another 2, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. You find some scattered references to addresses on Griffith Street, but not a lot of them, and you still can't seem to locate it anywhere.
And it said, okay, so the report said it was in Paleto Creek? Is that what I'm... Yes? Okay.
Yep.
Is the Diamond Exchange in Paleto Creek?
No. The Diamond Exchange is... It's south of Paleto Creek. It's in South Costa Vega. So not really close by.
Okay. I think I am going to use my epiphany point.
Okay.
I feel like I have a lot of information and not a heading to direct it at.
Okay. So you start thinking about the facts, and all right. So you're like thinking, okay, this guy Hayden Webb robbed the diamond exchange, put the diamond somewhere. Max thinks he's gonna find them or found them.
Maybe he was involved.
It's like he was an insurance investigator at the time, and that's where it kind of have this kind of like, oh wait a minute, an insurance investigator would be investigating stolen diamonds.
Yeah.
And maybe if we go and ask someone where he works,
maybe they'll have information on this investigation.
They can tie this to a specific set of events.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I think she kind of like spirals down about like diamonds and whatever, while like in the background, Justin is having like a very like this is like a puppy eye conversation with with Wayne.
Wayne's just follow your heart, man. Love will lead the way, and
have we figured out where he worked in all of our research, or have he is an insurance investigator?
He is an insurance investigator, and I'll say you can find out from Eric if you want. He worked at a place called Congregation Insurance. Okay,
so while you're in the middle of a conversation, Amy just like grabs your shoulder like very quickly and goes, insurance agency. He was investigating the diamond theft. Maybe he knew where the diamonds were. Maybe he knew the whole time and he was sitting on them. Maybe he didn't, but he knew they were still missing. There's a whole case here. There's records of this incident. Maybe. Hold on. And she just like takes it up from you. Hey, Gil, can you look up one more thing for me?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Why? What?
Robbery of the Diamond Exchange in 2012.
Diamond Exchange, 2012.
Yeah.
What's this about?
That thing we just looked up. That arrest that was made. They were the same night.
All right, and you go over the details with him, and
I think we're going to start moving towards like the outside to get in the on the moped. We're going to start moving towards the insurance agency.
And he says, "Okay, this guy Webb, he was questioned in connection with robbery at the Costa Vega Diamond Exchange on that date. Thieves made off with $25 million in stones, and well, he does have a record that makes him look like the kind of guy that would rob such a place. But I don't know. He eventually went to prison for a different armed robbery, and he died behind bars 3 years ago."
Okay. That wasn't him, I say to Justin.
Yeah. Might have been someone he was working with. And from the fact that Max bought a jackhammer, maybe he knew I was planning on spending it on this. And like Justin like zones out for a second, spending it to pay the debt.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Maybe the house is something important, because he refused to leave it. And it feels like a little bit more than just being his dream house.
The jackhammer wasn't at the house.
No, at least not from what we could see.
It didn't seem like he was living there.
Yeah. I mean, 8 weeks is pretty recent, yeah, but to have not even a bed there is kind of odd.
Okay. Oh, I'll get. Yeah, I gave you the phone back.
You just hear like Wayne, like, hello.
Yeah, hi,
Hello?
I'm here.
Hey.
Thank you for letting me just like listening to me. I think I just really needed that.
Well, anytime, I'm here for the lonely hearted.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Anyway, I'm driving, and this is definitely shouldn't be a thing I should be doing. Okay, bye. And I hung up.
And you hang up on him, yeah.
So what are you thinking?
Insurance agency. See if if they can get us anything about this.
Are we going to be just frank and upfront about it?
I doubt they'll give us any information if we are, unfortunately.
Yeah.
However, don't know how we're gonna do it otherwise, but see what
Okay.
happens.
Give me a sec. I'm not as sharp as I usually am. Coffee hasn't hit yet. I mean, I don't want to impersonate the police. That's definitely like a crime. I'm pretty sure that is a crime. I've watched enough movies about that to know that's a
Would
crime.
we know if any of this is like, if any of these insurance things are public record in any way?
They are not.
Okay. I think fastest way is for me to get into the computer. So unfortunately, we're gonna do crimes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, we go. We go to the insurance agency.
All right, yeah. Congregation Insurance is downtown, where all the big businesses are, and you're standing outside the building. It's a big, insurance. This is a big office building, and you walk into the entrance. There's a directory there. There's just an information desk, bank of elevators. What do you want to do?
Oh, okay. So I know that Annie needs to get to that computer behind the desk. How many people are like at? How many, like, I guess receptionists are there? Is this one? A couple?
Say there are 4.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to distract all 4.
This is like the main floor of the building. This whole building isn't the insurance agency. We have to go to like where those offices are, or is it this whole building?
No. Let's say you have to go to where those offices are.
Okay. So we might be able to, might be less people in one office then.
Yeah.
So we head up then, I think.
Yeah, we head up to.
All right, you take the elevator up. It's on, let's say the 10th floor or whatever. And you come out, and it says Congregation Insurance written on the wall. And there is a receptionist desk and hallway going each way. And it looks like if you just glance down them, you can see offices kind of, down both hallways.
Okay, plan. We're here as friends of Max Miller, trying to put together messages for the family of folks who knew Max.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That's on you. And then I'm going to go.
Me?
I'm going to go do illegal activities. So.
Okay. Wake up. Okay.
And yeah, and he's gonna go kind of wait around the corner. Like we'll try. Is it like? Basically, my goal is to get us into an office and see if Justin can bring some folks out of their offices to have a little hey, you guys work with Max, or he passed away. We're hoping to put together a thing for the family. So hopefully I can get an empty office. She wants to hide until there is an entry point for her. That is her goal.
Well, Justin, what do you do?
Yeah, that is my goal.
I'm trying to decide on whether I should be competent or not. Okay, so
If you get me arrested, I swear to God.
Trying to get people out of the office, a office. Okay. Is it cubicles, or are they individual offices?
They're individual offices.
Okay. Okay. I'll go for the office nearest to the exit. Because you need to go make a quick break for it. And I will knock on the door.
All right. First, you got to give me a speed roll to see if you can get past the receptionist without being spotted.
Or you just talk to the receptionist too.
Or you can try talking to the receptionist.
Yeah,
but
up to you.
You said you went for the office door, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to the receptionist first.
Okay. How may I help you?
Hi. Yes. I'm.
Welcome to Congregation Insurance.
Oh, thank you. Just love such great.
How can I help you?
Oh, okay. I'm here to talk to some co-workers of Max Mills. I don't know if you heard the news, but he recently passed, and I wanted to just get some statements from people who worked with him for the family, just kind of pleasant things to read about him, sort of.
Make a heart roll.
Zero successes.
Justin!
Justin is
Did you use public
exhausted,
speaking?
and I think it's very clear.
Did you use public speaking?
Oh no. Okay. Still nothing.
No, my
Oh my
God.
And she's just like, no, that's not permitted.
Oh,
Good day.
Is there anyone I can speak to about this? When would it be permitted?
Never. Good day.
No, but please, I just need just one person would be perfect. It would help. It would be really useful, please.
No.
Kind of like pats the table. Okay. And I'm going to turn around as if I'm going to walk away and then run past the receptionist.
I was gonna pull the fire alarm, but this is fun too.
Give me a speed roll.
Oh my God.
Of course, this is one that you roll well with. 3 successes.
No, it's way funnier this way.
You zoom down the hallway. I mean, you were a track star in high school.
Rugby and track,
it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, and so you just zoom down the hallway, and this receptionist gets up and he's just like, "Hey, you can't go down there!" Hey, and she just like chases after you, and you just start running down hallways, and you.
I book it to that front desk. I need to get in the computer. She left in a hurry, so that thing is probably still open. I want to get in there and find any information about cases that in 2012 that Max Mills was involved with, and that diamond exchange specifically. And I'm going to, like I've said, I have my computer stuff with me now. I'm just downloading it to a thumb drive and then running.
Okay. You sit down at the keyboard and start working the computer. Give me a computer roll.
Okay.
The whole time I'm just trying to run and trying to avoid her as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well, you had 3
Kind of between the
successes, right?
desk,
So.
like-
These are good.
Yeah, you're just killing it right now. It's like, she's chasing you, and you're just easily staying ahead.
Around like corners.
Yeah.
2. But I have
Okay,
access to the computer. I'm in there. I'm in their software or
You
their files.
start working your way through the files in the computer, and while you're doing that, a man in a suit comes out of the elevator and walks up towards the desk, and he looks at you and he's just like, "Hi, which way to Marcus Clay's office?"
Give me 1 second, sir. And while I'm in the system, I'm gonna pull up the directory and be like, left, on your left, room
Tell you
404.
what, give me a separate research roll.
Speed reading. I can do this quickly. Okay. It's 1 success. This is a company
success.
computer, as is readily available information. It might even be on the
he's-
desk.
Looks at his watch and he's just like, I'm really in a big hurry.
Yes, I'm new. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. And she's
And then you come up with the answer, and he goes on his way, and you
back to pulling files.
finally make it into the files that you were looking for. And with 2 successes, you find that back in 2012, Congregation Insurance did insure the Costa Vega Diamond Exchange. And they did assign Max Mills to investigate the robbery that happened on the day of that newspaper article,
Yeah.
And Max Mills was, of course, in charge of trying to recover the stolen diamonds for the insurance company, but he never did. Apparently, from the facts that you can find in the case, Hayden Webb, the burglar or the robber, he led the police on a big chase that went up the east side, across the north side, and they repeatedly lost him for long stretches. So like he really could have put the diamonds like anywhere.
Okay.
And it kind of left like almost all of Costa Vega, was a possibility. And all it basically, it's like, all we know for sure is that when he was arrested in that construction site on Griffith Street, he did not have the diamonds on him. And there is a notation in the file that says Griffith Street, current, Lilypad Way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she just gets all the files she needs on her little thumb drive and then tries to catch Justin's eye when she's no longer at the front desk. And then
you're like looking down the hallways and like looking for it, like, and he like runs one way and he like try and like signal
and then I'm gonna hopefully I catch his eye and then I'm gonna book it too.
Yeah, and the two of you make it out of there.
Just barely.
Okay.
Just like breathing heavy, like okay.
What was and Annie just like you're like wheezing and Annie's like, okay, what was his address? 7 Lilypad Way? Is that?
I think what we said. 7 Lilypad Way.
7 Lilypad Way. Is there a 44 Lilypad Way that she'll pull up and like search?
There is not. There are only 4 houses on Lilypad Way. Tell you what, give me a roll for the search.
Yeah, I wanted to like find like an old map or something to overlay to figure out if this is that house. Or if I can locate where 44 Griffith Street would be on Lilypad Way.
Yeah. Give me an internet research roll.
2?
2. For 2, you find that hang on. For 2, you find 10 years ago, the town renamed Griffith Street Lilypad Way and renumbered the houses.
Okay.
You had to dig deep for this back,
Yeah.
because this was not like exactly like a major news event.
Yeah.
But now that you know what to look for, you find it, and you find that 44 Griffith Street became 7 Lilypad Way.
Okay, cool. As we're like running up the stairs, getting into the little in the moped, and he's like, I do think that went a lot better than than we tried that the first time.
I don't know. I've just not been on my A game, and I'm like rev the moped and start moving.
I mean, I definitely should be the distraction. I should definitely always be on the computer. Hey, didn't get caught by the principal this time.
I'm so tired. I'm just going to start.
And she directs them back to Max Mill's house.
Yeah.
Maybe I was right then, as he's moving. This house was important more than just the house of his dreams.
Apparently. I guess, maybe his dreams were to no longer be in debt.
Boy, that is very relatable.
It doesn't tell us who killed him, though. The landlord.
The landlord or the people who knew about the diamonds? It was a group, right? That robbed.
Was that in the report that there was?
No.
It was one person. Okay.
And if he's dead,
It has to be the landlord.
he's the only other one we know who showed interest in the property.
Yeah, and offered $5 million for it.
And at the time, it was what, $25 million worth of diamonds? Is that what I wrote down?
Yep.
Yeah. That's Fair enough.
So wait, his name was Emery
Nichols.
What? Nichols.
Nickel.
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 Mills was the plural. With the
Mills
S at the
was-
end.
yeah. Emery Nickel.
How do we prove it?
I don't know. From just
Back to the house, maybe?
that's all we can really do. And see if there's anything else there. But even what we have on Emery isn't really much other than he's the only one that showed interest in the house, and that's not really much to go off of.
Maybe. Not that I want to tip off a loan shark, but he has better connections than we do. Maybe he could find out more info about Emery Nichols while we go check out the house. I don't know if I want to talk to him anymore. Actually.
Yeah,
he did say he
He's
would call
romantic.
us, and he has not yet. So I don't know what that
Yeah.
means.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we're on our way to Max Mill's house.
yeah.
Maybe we missed something.
Yeah, okay. You head to Max Mill's house, and you park in the driveway, or at the end of the driveway, and you walk up towards the house. Let's say, from the last time you came here, somebody has closed the garage door.
For Justin, we talked about this during break. Did Justin get we kind of at the epiphany point from like trying to show off to Annie with the lockpick? We had talked about that. I don't know if we ever
yeah.
called that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say he did. I think that definitely counts as rivalrous.
Yeah. With the whole like knocking over the thing.
Yeah.
I'll use the epiphany point. Yeah, I'll use epiphany point.
Okay, so as you walk up to the house, it kind of occurs to you that, it probably would be very difficult to find the diamonds yourself if they were hidden, during the early construction phase.
Mhm.
The jackhammer suggests that they are somewhere not easily accessible.
Yeah.
But Emery Nickel might not know what you're capable of. And there is a chance, perhaps, to make him think you have the diamonds or have found the diamonds in a way that you can maybe leverage to your advantage.
Okay. Sorry, that's your internal monologue. I didn't hear that.
You're just standing there and you're like, okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cool.
Did
We're
you
here.
hear what I was thinking? I think, yeah, so Justin, like in a sleepy daze, kind of like stands like, it's very awkward, kind of like sways a little bit, because just very tired, just stares at the door for a second. Just goes, I mean, we could just lie
About what?
about finding the diamonds and call Emery about it. And I guess try and leverage that.
Huh. I wonder who we could make that phone call in front of.
Wait, who?
Anyone who could.
Oh, yeah.
You
I'm
need-
sorry.
but you
I've
need more
just-
sleep,
I'm-
bud.
I'm
We
running
gotta-
like an hour of
Can we
sleep
pick up
right
another
now.
coffee before we go there? That might be
I honestly, I think I'm realizing coffee makes it worse.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's make a couple phone calls.
yeah.
Do we want to? Okay. So here's my thought. Either we go to the station and try to like get someone to like make this phone call with us, or we call them to the house, and then maybe Emery would show up.
I mean, we can call them to the house.
I feel in my mind, it's like I know why you wanted that house, but you're not going to
Yeah.
get it. It's mine now, kind of a thing.
I have an idea.
I want to do that idea, whatever it is.
I'm like, okay, give me your phone. Just give me your phone real quick.
Yeah, pass it over.
I take it and I want to go on YouTube and find jackhammer sounds. I just play it on loud and then pull up my phone and I'm going to call Emery and just be like, hey, Emery, I think we know why. And just like, as if I'm yelling over the sound of jackhammers, figured out why you wanted this house. Let's talk some money. And I'm going to
make a heart roll. Heart for deception.
2 successes.
And he says, I'll be there in half an hour.
And I hang up.
And what's the plan with that?
Oh, I didn't think that part through, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Tired Justin is the worst Justin, okay?
No, I love it. About 5 minutes out from when he said he'd be here, Annie submits an anonymous noise complaint tip up to the house that they're at currently.
Okay. Yeah, okay, an anonymous noise complaint. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Lots
you
of
see
sounds, lots of yelling. It seemed, I don't know, very dramatic. I thought the guy in there was dead, so seems kind of just like that kind of a thing. And then she hangs up.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Give me a heart roll.
No. Okay.
When this happens, can I aid with having the jackhammering sound continuing on in the background? Because we can quite literally hear the sound that they're probably talking about.
Sure.
Oh my god. Okay. I got a 1.
Okay. Yeah. You get your noise complaint in. 1. You are successful.
All right.
It doesn't sound like they're in any kind of hurry, but they say they'll send a car around when they can.
Nothing about the guy who lives there is dead. What are we doing? No, it's okay. So we wait then, I guess. So the plan is now we just let a murderer come and chat with us?
I was honestly just gonna try and get him to confess. We can meet him in the garage and say that the diamonds are in the living room. Just keep him out of there for a while and just get something out of him and then figure it out from there.
I think in the 30 minutes that we're here, are there other tools here? I want to see if I can find a sledgehammer or a crowbar.
At the house?
Yeah. I want to go down into the basement. I don't know. Do we want slam a hole in the floor or something? I don't know. I don't want to break shit, but also if he wants to go down
for
there,
this, yeah, you definitely find a sledgehammer standing in the corner of the garage that you missed before.
It's chaos. Yes, you find a tool.
What does
you
the
just
basement...
said you wanted to destroy stuff.
Yeah. What does the basement look like? I know we gotta hustle here, but
it's like everything else,
is there
underfurnished.
any construction, anything? Is it like a completely unfinished basement? Does it have concrete floors? What's the...
You look around, you don't see anything like that. You see a couple of walls where red X's have been drawn, but there are a few of them.
Okay. If they're the walls, then I feel less stressed about this. She's gonna go slam a hole in the wall at one of the X's.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
No. I'm not. I might have to make my brother do this. Blip, 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 blip. Because it's... Oh, okay, well, I guess my body's not horrible, but that's not great either.
I think you're decent. This is decent. Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, I got a 6. We got one.
It's
Go
6.
Yeah.
Okay, so you swing the hammer at the wall, and the head of it gets stuck in the wall, and you pull on it to try and get it out, and when you pull it, the handle comes out of the head, and the head remains stuck in the wall. And at that moment, you hear a car pulling into the driveway, and you.
Oh shit!
There goes the set dressing.
It kind of looks like a hole.
All right, Mr. Good Idea. Let's not get killed. How about that?
It's worked so far.
We go upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide. Actually, I'm
yeah,
gonna go.
I'm
I'm
gonna
hide around the
hide
corner.
somewhere.
And just in case, like,
Give me a speed roll for stealth.
I have a hiding talent skill. My level 1 skill is hiding. It
What?
is my level 1 skill.
No,
is
I
hiding.
know. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know. I have the character sheet in front of me.
One success. She just wants to be out of sight and in case of
One
emergency.
success. Okay, so you are hidden. It's like you're not like ninja invisible.
No,
but
no,
you're
no.
hidden.
Okay.
And there's a knock at the front door.
I will open the front door.
And you see Emery Nickel there, and he just walks in right past you.
Oh,
and he's like,
welcome in.
I don't hear jackhammers anymore.
Yeah, I want to walk into the living room. Yeah, because we found what we needed.
Found the diamonds, huh?
I'm gonna just take a seat as casually as possible, on like, I don't know, a counter or something. I imagine. Actually, I'll go to the kitchen and sit on the kitchen counter.
Well, perhaps we can make some kind of a deal.
Deal. Yeah, sure. I'm willing to hear it. What kind of deal do you wanna strike? It better be better than the one you offered Max.
Better than $5 million.
Better than dead.
I'm gonna literally say that. Better than dead.
He says, "Hey, that's not my fault. That's his fault." Now, before
his fault.
Well, see, before Hayden Webb died in jail, he told his cellmate what he did with the loot from this robbery. And a few years ago, that cellmate was a tenant in one of my buildings. And when he couldn't make the rent one month, he told me this whole story. Thought it would be valuable to me. He said all I had to do was come buy this house, and I would have $25 million in diamonds. As an honest landlord, say no to that. So I waited until the cellmate died, and then I went to go buy the house. The only problem is Max Mills had just bought it, and he wasn't interested in selling. And I'm good at reading people. I could tell he knew all about those diamonds, and I couldn't let him get to them first. So I strangled him and staged that suicide scene and hit his jackhammer back in my car there, so no one would guess what he was up to. And a couple of weeks from now, I'll make the family a very generous offer on this house, which I'm sure they'll accept, because who wants to hang out in a house where dear old Uncle Max killed himself?
You've thought through this pretty intently, but I guess you didn't really anticipate someone else finding it before you did. So, what are you willing to offer?
Well, and he reaches into his coat and he pulls out a gun, and he says, I'm willing to offer your life. Get me those diamonds now, and nothing will happen to you. Where are they?
If I were you, I wouldn't kill me. Wouldn't it be great to have 2 dead bodies within less than a week in the same house?
That would be inconvenient, but I am willing to put up with a surprising amount of inconvenience for $25 million.
I mean, fair.
I think Annie in her head goes, how's this for inconvenience? And she has the handle from the hammer that just broke off.
Ooh.
She's hiding. She's behind them. I'm going to whack him across the back of the head.
Give me a body roll.
Can I get anything for Justin having his attention?
Yeah, I'm distracted. I'm trying to keep them going.
Yeah,
and
that
looking at me.
seems like helping to me. I buy that.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun. There's no one else here currently, and so that is a no more. We are in no more of this situation. Two successes.
2 successes. You just crack him across the back of the head, and he falls down to the ground. Doesn't drop the gun, but completely just falls, and he's like, ah!
I'm kicking that out of his hand. I am kicking his hand as hard as I can now to kick it away from him while he's stunned. No!
I guess that'd be a body roll also, I would think.
Okay, can I get anything here for? I have just hit him. He is stunned. Can I get like my preparation to knock the gun out of his hand?
No, I'll factor that into the difficulty level.
Okay. 1-6.
Okay, 1-6. You kick the gun out of his hand. It goes skating across the floor, but your toe hurts so much. You might have broken your toe kicking the gun.
Why is your hand so hard? What the heck? Oh.
And he jumps up, and he doesn't quite jump up. He just gets hit over the back of the head. So he sort of struggles to get to his feet.
Like with the stick, she like pushes him back down in the back of the center. Like, God, what is wrong with you?
What are you doing, Justin?
Ow!
I am. I'm gonna put my foot onto the gun just so it's like, and push it further away if I can, away from him, and then just go. So can we just talk now?
And he's like, no. And he takes a swinging punch at you. What do you do?
From the floor?
At me or at who?
Yeah, like he's kind of up on his knees, and he kind of lunges at you to kind of punch you in the stomach. Justin.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take it.
Oh.
I'm going
Really?
to take the punch. Yes.
Okay. If you take the punch, right? Okay. So that just kind of knocks the wind out of you. The way we do.
Are both of us stressed right now?
Yeah, the way we do injuries here is you're stressed or banged up or incapacitated, and I would say Annie is banged up. You
Mm-hmm.
might have broken your toe there
Yeah.
kicking that gun. So banged up subtracts 2 from
2,
your die
yeah.
pool for any bodily related tasks. Justin, you're stressed. So that means you lose 1 from your die pool for any bodily related task.
I was thinking, oh, okay.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Ooh, okay.
That's
So
definitely
what
gonna
you-
bruise.
I whack him again. What was that for?
Give me another body roll, but penalty of 2.
Minus 2? Oh no. That's no successes. She baps him, but it doesn't it isn't that hard.
Yeah, no successes. Like you bap him, and then he grabs the handle like out of your hand, and he's like, "Oh, I wasn't going to tell you my master plan if I wasn't going to let you live," And he takes a big swipe with it at you, Annie.
I'm not taking that. I would like to jump out of the way. God, wow!
Give me
Would
a
sure
speed
love
roll.
it if the city protectors would investigate when people call them for help with stuff. I think I only have okay. Oh wait, I'm making a speed roll.
Yeah.
Okay. We've not talked about this. I only have 2 dice in that pool. Do I autofill or can it only get me down to 1?
Ooh. Wow, that feels like something we should talk about. Let's say it can only get you down to 1.
Okay, cool.
So we subtract 2
on,
up to what you have.
Come on, Annie. If you fail this, we are out of this scene, I think. So it's a 5.
And he clocks you, and you go down.
And that's that for the scene. Annie's out for the scene.
Annie, yeah, you are, maybe not quite unconscious, but
she's out. This is the end of the scene for her. She cannot make any more attempts to succeed this scene. She's
out
done.
for the scene. Justin, what are you doing?
I am going to tackle him down. At least try to tackle him. Pin him down on the ground. Okay.
Don't forget to subtract 1.
Yeah. Okay. 2 successes.
You tackle him and you put him down on the ground, and you have got him like pinned really hard. And he's just like, well, what are you going to do? You going to hold me here forever?
No, I'm hoping I'm going to hold you here for long enough for the police to show up. So this is going to be real awkward for a while.
At that moment, the door cracks open, and somebody leans in, and you see Patch from Bell Books. And he looks down at the two of you, and he winds his leg back, and he kicks Emery Nickel just in the side of the head. Just looks like, like something you'd see in a pro wrestling match. It's just utterly just devastating, and Emery Nickel just goes out like a light.
I look up at Patch, just go, hey.
And he's like, hey, that's courtesy of Frankie Bell.
Thank you.
And he turns around and just closes the door behind him. And as you are getting to your feet, you hear sound of cars pulling up outside, sheriff cruiser, and Wayne Gill comes kind of through the door, and he's like, when I saw this address, I guessed it might have something to do with you. Hey, who's this guy?
Well, very dangerous. Pointed a gun at me. By the way, I'm rush to my sister. See if she's okay. And knocked my sister out and looking, I'm doing as best as I can to see is she okay? Is she out cold? Is there any blood? Anything like that as I'm trying to tend to her. Wait, I will explain later. Just I think we need some kind of first aid at the very least, maybe ambulance. I think she might be concussed.
So Annie is, she's out of it, but she turns out not to be that hurt. Wayne Gill quickly finds the gun across the room, and then as you tell him what happened, he goes and looks in the back of Nichols' truck, and he finds the jackhammer that he had taken from the crime scene that Max had bought.
Okay.
And between your new theory of the crime, explaining what happened and why, and all these new connections,
and also showing the bruise he gave me, the physical assault, and clearly what he did to Annie.
The gun, I'm sure, is registered to him.
Yeah, he probably gets some assault and weapons charges, but he is also charged with the murder of Max Mills. And we'll say that next morning, which I guess, or let's say Friday morning, whatever day it is now, you call Eric to the detective agency and you lay the whole thing out for him. Max was in debt to Frankie Bell. After years of doggedly working the case, he managed to figure out that Hayden Webb had buried stolen diamonds under this house in Polito Creek. And he bought the house and planned to dig up the diamonds, but unfortunately Emery Nickel also found out and kill Max to stop him from getting them first. And Eric is, just sort of kind of looks just super relieved, and he's just like, my parents are going to be so happy to hear this. Thank you so much, Justin.
Yeah, no problem. And I think like Justin's like leaned back with an ice pack on his like stomach.
Annie is laying on the couch with an ice pack on her head.
Yeah.
The two of you just really, you went just so far above and beyond. It just makes what I have to say that much harder. You're still a great guy, Justin, but I don't. I'm not convinced we're like right for each other in that way. So, you'll be good, man. And he kind of like gives you a little punch in the arm.
From the sofa, Annie goes, well, then the least you could do is pay him, man.
He just keeps walking. And you hear his footsteps kind of like disappear off into the distance. And then you hear a car pulling up, and you see red and blue lights flashing across the interior of the houseboat. And you peek through the window and see a sheriff's cruiser. And the sheriff's cruiser parks, in the parking lot right at the end of your little short dock there, and just parks right there. And both doors open.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Did you do something? Did I do something? Are we in trouble?
Probably.
Okay.
Both doors open of the cruiser, and out of the passenger seat gets Deputy Wayne Gill. And out of the other seat is Sheriff Bo Baxter, who is played by Todd Stashwick. He has been the sheriff of Costa Vega since you were kids. In fact, when you were kids, you ran a detective agency out of your family garage, and you had a run in there too with Sheriff Baxter. So, while you're not anything like friends,
familiar,
you're sort of acquainted. Yeah. And they walk straight up to the houseboat, and you hear like a knock, and Sheriff Baxter kind of pokes his head in and is like, "Hello, anybody home?"
Yeah. How can I help you, Sheriff?
Well. The case kids are all grown up and still playing detective, I see.
Yeah, I think we're doing a decent job, unless it's what you're here. Are you here? Are you hiring me? I mean, we can talk business if you'd like.
Amusing. I knew these two when they were kids, Wayne, and he looks to the deputy and he's like, they were like pint-sized crime solvers. It was pretty adorable. And Wayne goes, "Oh, like those kids in the Bird Dog and Gumshoe books?" And he's like, man, I love those. They got a surprisingly sophisticated mythology for just like a bunch of weird mysteries and the sheriff kind of like shoots daggers at him with his eyes.
Thank you. Somebody gets it.
Yeah. She's my bird dog. I'm the Gumshoe.
And the sheriff is just like, well, Bird Dog and Gumshoe, Wayne here told me about some of your recent work. He didn't mean to, but
I give Wayne a glare.
He kind of like shrugs and he looks at you and he's kind of like, I didn't mean to. And the sheriff is just like, so just out of curiosity, do you have a private investigator's license?
Annie looks at him and says, "Do we?" To Justin.
And the sheriff goes, "Because operating without one is a crime, several crimes actually."
Justin like police screams.
And the sheriff goes, "You've got 45 days to get a license or I am shutting you down." And then he turns around and he walks off, and Wayne kind of shrugs at you. And on that, we're going to call this one done.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wow, sure.
That was a fun one.
Fear.
Ooh, it was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, this is true. This feels correct.
But
wow.
that was delightful. Thank you so much, both of you, and thanks to everybody who showed up to hang with us.
Oh god.
So why don't you tell the good people where they can find you, starting with Draconics.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Drac or Draconics. I played Just in Case today. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I kind of stream all over the place, so just finding me on Twitter is the best place to figure out what I'm doing at any given moment. The thing I will shout out, though, which I'm very excited about, is that over on Captain Robear, that's Captain then ROBEAR, on Twitch at 9 p.m. Central, I believe. No, 9 a.m. Central. I'm going to be in a campaign called Stormforge, which a bunch of very cool people. It's a fun combination of like D&D rules and Pathfinder rules smashed together. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be very chaotic, I think, in a fun way. So you can check that out over at Captain Robear. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, a bunch of stuff. Just follow me on Twitter.
Kaylin?
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bruder, and I played Any Case today. You can find me on Twitter at KKAMABR. Find all the things I'm doing. I currently stream Star Trek Adventures games over on Cryptic Studios Twitch channels on Monday nights, which I will tweet all about. And then I produce and edit a podcast called Thin Places Radio, 10 minutes or less, kind of call in a paranormal radio show. And recently we had an interview come out. We were interviewed by Allison Arth over on the Little Oracles podcast, and so that's out and available, and you should check it out. It's just an hour-long conversation about creativity and connections and cryptids, and me talking at 150 miles an hour about how much I love making things with my friends. So that's out. I'd recommend you check it out. Allison's great. She's a great host, and her show is very, very charming. So that's what I got.
I'm Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at rbud913, or you can follow the show on Twitter at CasesRPG and on Instagram at CasesTTRPG, or just go to www.casesrpg to take a look at our link tree. And I will be back here next week with these two incredible people. I think that's it. I think at that point, we are going to call this case closed, and we will see you next week.